As allegations of an American retreat from the Indo-Pacific sent shockwaves across Asia, the United States has now issued its first public remarks responding to the growing concerns. Washington has rejected claims that it is pulling back from a region, saying instead that U.S. aid and engagement are being recalibrated to more effectively counter China's growing influence. U.S. officials argued that this targeted assistance strategy is designed to deliver longer-term economic and security gains, rather than short-term or symbolic support. They said the focus is shifting away from broad, blanket assistance programs and toward initiatives that directly serve specific U.S. strategic and national interests. Alison Hooker said, and I quote, "The United States is a Pacific power, and the future of the Indo-Pacific is directly tied to our core national interests." U.S. foreign assistance is increasingly being deployed as a force multiplier to deliver long-term security gains rather than short-term relief. The goal is to equip countries with tools that strengthen regional peace and security over time. Unquote. Officials in Washington say this new approach reflects the 2025 National Security Strategy, which reshapes how the U.S. engages economically and militarily abroad. The strategy formally designates the Indo-Pacific as a key economic and geopolitical battleground, placing the region at the center of U.S. long-term competition with China. Critics argue that the move weakens existing alliances in the region and warn that it will be widely perceived as a strategic pullback by the United States. A report by a U.S.-based think tank claimed that such a retreat could leave Asian nations managing the consequences of regional instability largely on their own. The shift has placed Japan's new government in a difficult position following recent remarks related to Taiwan and regional security commitments. Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi suggested that Japan would intervene in support of Taiwan if China were ever to launch a military attack on the island. Following strong backlash over those comments, Prime Minister Takaichi reportedly looked to the White House for reassurance and political backing. Instead, President Donald Trump is said to have urged her to seek reconciliation with Beijing rather than escalating tensions with China. The release of the 33-page national security strategy has raised concerns that Tokyo may reconsider the reliability of U.S. security guarantees. Trump's new national security strategy memo has also reportedly downplayed the military threat posed by China to both the United States and its allies. In recent weeks, tensions across the region have continued to rise, with multiple confrontations involving Chinese naval and coast guard vessels. Most recently, on December 12 near Sabinu Shoal, Chinese ships fired water cannons at Filipino fishing boats, escalating maritime tensions in the South China Sea. Meanwhile, the U.S. Undersecretary for Foreign Assistance stressed that American aid should not be viewed as a traditional donor-based program. Jeremy Lewin said, and I quote, "President Trump is a businessman and a deal maker. Our assistance is designed to deepen trade and cooperation with partner countries. We are going to spend much more in the Indo-Pacific over the coming years than we ever have before, and we're going to spend it in different ways." Unquote. Fears that the United States is exiting the regional assistance arena have been fueled by President Trump's ongoing review of overseas spending commitments. The America First agenda has paused or scaled back several legacy programs, including parts of USAID, as Washington prioritizes domestic concerns. This perception has been further amplified by worries that reduced U.S. visibility could allow China to expand its influence across Asia. China's Belt and Road Initiative continues to offer large-scale capital and infrastructure funding to developing nations throughout the region, strengthening Beijing's economic footprint.